what committee should it go to? I'm just using it as a overall. If I have an issue, what
I
committee?
don't even know if they even have a committee. They may make up a committee for this, like an ad hoc committee.
Okay.
So we did our part. As long as we continue to do our part, there are some things that Robert's rules and just some things of order. And the other part of it, everybody has their own certain kind of style. Given that I was a board member, people like Wanda and Elma know how this board works at CAN TV, because part of it is to know what is CAN TV. I asked the question last night: how many board members are actually certified producers? Because how can you be a board member over a company where you don't know anything about the goods or services that they provide? And then I asked them, I said, well, how many of you knew that you had an opportunity to become a certified board member, certified CAN TV community producer?
That could be in the bylaws in terms of what that really means.
But we talked about it when Wanda and I were on the board. And one lady on board member actually became, she said, I've heard Ms. McDonald talk about it so much, I became a member. And then once she became a member, now she was expecting, so it's time for her to take care of her child
right now.
So she said that I'm so thankful. I've learned a lot about CAN TV just by going through the class, let alone doing a show or two. But I have to move on because my husband and I were expecting, and they're moving to another city, so they couldn't serve on the board anymore. So
it's a lot. It's a lot, and the structure is such that producers, we had limited input, but we gave our input.
Yes, we did. And the thing too is, there was a time when producers could elect 3 of the 24 members. It was staggered. Like you vote for one this year, they serve a 3-year term. Next year you vote for one, they serve a 3-year term. So as one was coming out, another one was coming in. They stopped doing the voting from the CAN TV community, like producers and members, and they've never formally notified the producers that this has come to an end. They haven't. I even at the board, I sat there and said, you all need to at least say something to them. And so, I needed Levette there that day to help me get the point across, because they wasn't like it.
They wouldn't let you do it.
Right. So
okay. We got any other CAN TV producer? Don, are you a CAN TV producer?
Yes.
Okay, then. So were you at the meeting yesterday?
No, I was not. It's my first time hearing about it.
Okay. So what say you about what Keith has been talking about? I mean, how do you feel about their decision to take away 75% of the studio time? Well, where will you do your shows from now on? See, after pandemic, I started these remote broadcasts. I was doing them all along, but I just started doing them so that I don't have to go to the studio.
Well, that's
nothing about that.
Well, that's the same thing I'm right now. I've been doing mine from a remote, because I was just now learning how to do this, and I found out I didn't need their equipment to do it. And I started.
You need to get a better visual piece if you're gonna move away from their equipment.
Hey,
make sure.
What's up?
Make sure that your
y'all
images,
still
so we can
producers
see.
at CAN TV?
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you got somebody on the phone. Okay.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking too, probably because so many producers started to do the remote, they looked at that and made some decisions based on the fact that you were still submitting your shows, even though you weren't in the studio. And so the assumption was probably that you could do it remote.
Well, don't assume.
Been a factor.
Just so you all know, I love Sister Levette. She can do it by, y'all can do it by either. No matter, just don't forget that part. So my thing is, so now in 2008, if you remember coming down to the studio was always packed with somebody, whether it be Manir or Boise or Elma or Morgan or whoever. Yes. And then the editing suites at the same time, maybe all 5 editing suites would be packed. And then so there were people checking out cameras every day. So those numbers started to go down. That kind of gave staff for understanding they need to protect their job, because if people stop using it, then their job security is in jeopardy. So they started the union. Not only that, but people who are going through the orientation class, the numbers went down. People didn't stay. If they did, they were there for finished class, and they wouldn't do anything. So my thing is marketing. We used to have somebody on marketing at CAN TV, and they would market to the colleges. It's a wonderful place for college students and high school students to come and learn. Wonderful place. And then non-for-profits definitely, when you have to do outreach, you get a grant. Just say you did it through CAN TV, and you got 3 million, up to 3 million people who you've outreached to. So you can write that down on for your grant, proving that you did outreach. So yes, people have solved the do stuff at home, but they haven't done any marketing to make sure that the population at the studio continues. CAN TV still has a valuable position in the marketplace, and they still offer things that other people do. I mean, some of the YouTube, other stuff, so at least you learn some discipline on how to look at Elma, good lighting, composition, leave that winder. So, to make it enhance it some, or to learn different things like better audio, or better lighting, or better camera composition, or the story that you tell. Let me just take this time out for something, if you don't mind. Sure. Even those at CAN TV have to be mindful of what they put out, because there are people who are listening, and you're molding people's thoughts and ideas. And if whatever you put out garbage, it's gonna multiply. So
that's
I always
exactly right.
Do put out the stuff that is going to be needed, that's going to be nourishing for our community and for people. Because one of those people who get malnourished or get some poison in them, they may come back and say, it was you, because of you got that idea from, or even worse, or just so. But with that said, I mentioned this at the meeting last night. There is no marketing done. And so it has only you're right, people didn't come back. Joe Roney does his by on location. R. Ken Turner, Wanda Carter, they do theirs by remote. They record and then they email it in. So yes, Ms. Haynes, you're right, there are people who have done that, but there's a big market of people who don't do it, or at least come through CAN TV and get the training and networking, make a friend, get to know somebody like Elma and Don and Wanda and yourself and Grady. That's how I met all of you all, through CAN TV.
Well,
what a network.
Keith,
Yes,
Keith, I really appreciate that perspective that you gave, because that just seems like we should do more marketing to younger people to come into the studio and take the training. And so I agree with that, and that's what Wanda and I have been working on with trips. So we sort of identified some young people that can deal with the television part, the radio, the internet, publishing, and the social media. And so, a lot of these young people are so busy themselves, right? Because they've got like 5 jobs. Most young people don't have one job. They got, they got 5 jobs. So they are a precious commodity, because, it's going to take those young people to carry on the things that we're doing, and to reel them in is not easy. Even, we were at the Bank of America meeting, actually the Chicago Entertainment Management Company is the arm for Bank of America to bring the marathon into the park. And that they did 2021, and now they're committed for the next 4 years to run through Garfield, Humboldt, and Douglas. That night, Tuesday night, when we had a pretty big meeting, all the running groups, the Black girls run, Black men run. We have a large running collaboration. There were no children. And everybody has the same issue. Even at the firehouse where Wanda has a program, there are no children. And so you got a lot of the children that are in charter schools now, and they make sure that they stay there from the time they get there until their parents come and pick them up in the evening. So I'm willing to help sort of find those young people that can't come into the studio. So maybe we all can meet at the Dome and have like um, a strategy planning meeting to brand it, like you're saying, Keith. It's about branding and making it interesting enough to bring these young people in, because if the training is available, then that's the part.
So let me say, I got three things. One, I want to introduce Miss Beverly Henry.
Yes.
She is, because she wants to know you, Alma. I told her how long you've been doing your show with the children, and she's working with children too, and she does a good job of it. That's the first thing. The second thing is, and I'll come back to that, but the second thing is that I don't mind. I mean, Elma's brought children on. Wanda's brought children. I have mentored children. What I'm talking about is CAN TV, for them to do what they're supposed to do. I mean, producers will continue. And Lavette has brought down, and I know Lavette's 3 children, right? They said, because she got them, you know, she mothered, so good stuff. But Miss Beverly, if I could just segue for a little bit, because what time is it? We've got a few more minutes left. Yeah. I know she's a kind TV producer. I've helped her on about 3 or 4 of her shows this fall, and she's been helping every time she looks out. She has looked out for the youth, and even there, and even outside the studio, which is like what you were saying, Lavette. She has done things for the children. And I was saying, and I showed her your show, Elma, on the YouTube there. And so knowing that you have been doing this since you've been doing the Elma Company since in the 90s, and it's without stopping. So if you don't mind, Wanda Carter is our host, Miss Henry, the lady with the pink top on. That's our host, and she's youth focused too. And the lady with the earrings and the red background and the headdress, that she definitely is. Oh my goodness, youth focused. You see, she already invited us over to her spot to make sure we do something. And I don't mind coming. I'll be there too.
There you go.
So
just let me know. I'm coming too.
Okay.
See, so much. I am so inspired, because I think that we're at a point, 22 was, the year 22 to me, it was a moment for everybody to pivot. It was almost like time stood still. And so we're going into a new year with new things. And I think just, a breath of fresh air. And, so let's do some things where it takes us global. It was very enlightening for me to see 50 African countries come to America in the last couple of days. Because China and Russia, they're doing predatory lending with these countries. And so Biden has welcomed them, and we need to, be at a point where we're involved in this new regime that's happening. And so I'm just a willing participant. And when we are ready to go over to the Dome and come together and start to really hash out these ideas, because one other thing, and then I'll be done.
The Dome is, for those, just for clarification, the Dome is the park. This is the, what is it? What
Garfield Park.
Garfield Park.
The Golden Dome.
Right.
I know exactly what
right down the street from the conservatory.
I want to get the boxing program over there.
Oh yeah, George is our award-winning boxing coach. So he churns out champions for real, real champions.
I came to a couple.
I know.
Yeah. So, but anyway, just to conclude that, what I watch a lot of pundits on all media, and we are not represented. And even the sister Tiffany Cross from MSNBC, because she spoke too much about self-pride, Black pride. She got kicked off for no other reason. Why would you kick someone off of a show that has the highest ratings? She had the highest ratings, and like she said, I heard her on a podcast because I hadn't seen her since they kicked her off. So I just saw on the podcast, and she said, Ari Melber can do rap every night, but when the Black woman does rap, it's not regarded. It's disregarded. And so we've got to change the narrative to let these people know we have a voice. And the more voices that we put out, then the stronger that voice gets. Instead of being just put in the background, we need to, just like Wanda, she gets on me, you know, and I got my computer right here, like I'm trying to think in my brain, like, okay, what do I want to write on? Because she's saying that's important, you know.
Look,
so
we're all CAN TV producers.
So
I have an online publication. Each of you should be sending in your show schedules, and so we can promote it as a Black network. Come on, guys, let me.
Hey,
I hear you.
I know,
I'm with
we
you.
don't have that much time left. This Grady, I wanted to comment on what Levette was talking about in terms of what we don't really understand is that everybody can put their narrative out. But when Black folks put African American, Negro, whatever, once we put our narrative out, everybody got a problem with that. So I'm like, what's up with that? But I like the fact that you said there's 50 African countries. I just want to know how y'all let the Chinese come over there and take y'all mineral resources, pay y'all for some stuff that y'all had under your feet.
The same.
Let me tell you how, Grady.
But wait a minute, can I know if I could, Miss, I know we only got a few minutes. I want to just, if I could, at some point hear from Miss Henry about the CAN TV producer stuff, the topic we start off with, and if we want to go past an hour, it's on Wanda, I guess. But,
okay, go on, Miss Beverly. Miss Henry.
All right now. You know, I be doing the well, I'm a youth advocate, first of all. I'm for the kids, you know. And I'm from off California, the area of California and Pope, you know, where the mass shooting was just at on Halloween.
Yeah, right down the street from me.
I threw the kids a party right there. So everybody that I got videos of everybody that got shot because they was at my event. But like a couple hours later, it's nice out that day. Halloween was a nice day that day. Everybody was just outside, so they decided to throw the balloon releasing right there. You know, Kiki, she just died of cancer. You know, she from the family, from the neighborhood, you know. So by the balloon, they bring the balloons right there. So then they started letting off the balloons. So I'm steady telling them, y'all need to take the kids in the house. Take the kids in the house. We're cleaning up inside. Bring them on, y'all come on back in. If I tell you they didn't shoot like 70, 80 times.
Oh my God.
They hit nothing but women and kids. 2 guys that got shot. One of them died, my friend Pierre and Marvin Harrison. You know, so it's like, now after the shooting, we inside cleaning up, like I say. So now somebody, 2 seconds later, boom, 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 the door hit. My friend Tina fall in and shot her auntie, her grandbaby, her sister. Just everybody get to fall in and shot because we right off the corner where everybody was at, right in the building. So do you know what type of trauma, like I haven't been eating since Halloween. And, you know, I try to be like, I feel like I'm the only person that still care about the kids, you know?
You know, we understand.
You're not by yourself, Miss Beverly.
Yes,
you're not by yourself.
Yes.
No, you're not by yourself. And Miss Beverly, I'm working with, I don't know if Breakthrough, if you know who Breakthrough is.
Yeah.
Breakthrough, they have a response team.
I work for UCAN. You hear me?
Okay,
I work for UCAN. I'm a youth development coach. I'm the top coach there. I bring the participants in. I don't bring strangers in. You know, I bring my community in. So like I say, when y'all deal with people that y'all lose participants, they participate with y'all. I'm trying to get my community together first. I can't help no other community without getting mine in order. That's why.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. Mr. Martin Colford, Wanda and I, we're at the advisory council at Garfield. Martin Colford is our safety committee chair. He did bring a group over there, not just to say we want to showcase. He came over there to address trauma. So I'm letting you know you're not by yourself.
I'm trying to see. in my area, let me tell you something. I've been working for UCAN. I've been doing this over 20 years with the community, throwing my own events out my own pocket. I never had enough profit. I just got enough profit last year, and I haven't done nothing with it, received a quarter or nothing, but I'm still throwing parties for my community. You know what I'm saying? And I see, like, I'm working for UCAN. We had team meetings every week. And like I'm telling them, I'm hearing they stats of their deaths in the shooting of Lundale. You ain't gonna tell me California and Polk ain't Lundale. On the news, it say Lundale. Everybody else says Lundale. But when it's from, they tell me out their own mouth that North Lundale is a borderline. North Lundale and Breakthrough. First of all, Breakthrough ain't a community. If it ain't Garfield or North Lundale, Breakthrough ain't no community. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a partner. Listen, I meet with them.
Let's do this. There's community. Hold on. I was born and raised in North Lawndale. I grew up in California, and
it wasn't no Breakthrough.
Roosevelt. Okay, but there's maps. When you talk about North Lawndale, there's a community area map that talks about what you just said.
In California,
there's
is
a
on
community area map for East and West Garfield, Austin, North, South. All you gotta do is look up the community area. So when people talking to you, you know what the boundaries are for North Lawndale. I grew up
I
in
know
North
it's North
Lawndale.
Lawndale. I'm born and raised on California. I know it's North Lawndale.
Oh, no,
so,
I was born and
but they
raised in
try to
North
tell
Lawndale.
me, my job is trying to tell me that it's a borderline. I hear you, but it had to take a tragedy for them to come out. They don't come out. They don't do all these events they do with the trucks, with the game trucks and nothing in the community. I'm watching this happening on Homan. I'm watching this happen. And I say something every time because I didn't come here for no job. I come here to try to direct my peoples in programs. And that's what I've been doing. But I'm not going to sit back and watch y'all miscount the stats because y'all getting funded. They saying like one murder. How is one murder? And I sat there and witnessed murders right there in my face. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So it's about the funding with these people. They can't tell me.
You're absolutely different. Now you know what I call them, Miss Beverly? I call them poverty pimps.
Oh, sure.
And that's what they
let me tell you something. A lady reached out to me. She was like, "I love you. I look at your podcast. She said you the truth." She said, "I want to invite you out to they had a march on Washington for Father's Day. I met his daughter. You hear me? I met his daughter. She ain't nothing but him. And I know, in my heart, I know they tuck stuff under the rug. You know what I'm saying? But then now they want to contact me. Everybody want to help me. We know your car got shot up. Y'all still ain't help nobody. Y'all ain't gave these kids been shot and seeing their cousins and sisters shot. Y'all ain't gave them a counselor or nothing. But y'all came on that news like y'all can help these people. Lori Lightfoot came on this news like she's gonna help these people. They ain't reached out to them, period.
So maybe it's time to.
But they tell me to be quiet.
So my thing is, CAN TV has an opportunity, has an obligation, because that's how CAN TV got started, to help the people in the community get their voices out, because NBC, ABC, CBS ain't gonna give it like we gonna give it, because we in it. And so when they defer from, I ain't gonna call it censoring us, but you're stopping us from having our voice by having us go through all for some signatures. I mean, for not to be able to access the studio. And let's say, now I think because you asked me, I should let you know what we talked about during the meeting, but let me ask you what we said as producers, but let me just say what they said as what they talked about afterwards. They talked about how he is a #1 fundraiser. And so he's looking to raise $1 million. It's called $1 Million 2023, the year of the $1 million or something like that. So he's looking to raise money. And I appreciate that. I appreciate his past. Chicago Urban League, Chicago State University, getting them out the red, putting them in the black as far as dollars, getting their money right. But don't let the opportunity for Miss Henry to be able to come and voice her opinion, because she can't come, or let people know it's more than just her opinion, it's the facts of what happened because you're doing the fundraise. I mean, and the thing is, it wouldn't be so bad if you just said something at the beginning. By the way, come such and such a date, there are going to be time slots associated with this project, so it may be less time. So here's how we can partner with you, to at least let you know up front, so that we'll know. But you sideswipe this, like, Like you in line and get that butter cookie in the cafeteria, somebody not get beside the head. You know,
Like-
just,
like-
you know, I'm
like
just saying.
I came
Yeah.
directly to CAN TV from Illinois Media School. I didn't have to come
Okay.
here. I was renting the South Loop Hotel with my own camera crew and all that.
Right,
But the
right.
guy Killer, he told me about CAN TV or whatever. So get with CAN TV, you know, did all the trainings, every training in the building. I did it. So
Well,
if
let
I'm
me
going to
say,
have
Elma,
access to the
Elma has been dealing with the community, with the youth. And then one of her MCs, the young man who was 17, who got shot. Maybe because he was a star and they were jealous, or maybe just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Wanda has had children. Lavette definitely, I mean, her daughters are singing and had been singing at the Dome with a grand, and Grady Norwood is a, matter of fact, if it wasn't for him, there were certain people would not be in the political office to this, at this point. And he has had, you know, he engages youth too. But my point is that is we like it is. We did that. Now what we gonna do now? What we gonna do next?
What we
And
gonna do,
I'm glad
y'all?
that look, Lavette has invited us over to the Golden Dome. We'll work it out.
I want to say that we
definitely-
met yesterday.
That's me. I would love for
Uh-huh.
Miss Henry to be. She said she already did her camera crew, but her message need to be out there. So can she get on CAN TV and not be?
Oh, she's on.
Oh, ma'am, I do
She's
CAN
on
TV,
CAN.
Okay.
but they don't let me. They don't be no studio time, and then I bring the youth in to perform. They be looking for that. See their name
Right,
on the TV and stuff like
right,
that. It
right.
was really like, I'm like, y'all, come on, I wouldn't even came this way. I would have been steady doing what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then submitting my stuff. I ain't have to do y'all training. I'm already. I've been to Illinois Media School broadcasting already. I
And
did
at
this
CAN
just to work
TV,
in y'all studio.
you have to
Can
pay the
we get-
$100 users fee, and that's not what you're supposed to get for the $100. And it's not consistent.
To pay for all the training classes, you know. I'm not able to utilize the studio.
I'm gonna get off. I got another call. Can we get her on to talk about? I love what she said, because I was at that press conference that the mayor and all them people's there. Because remember, I grew up down the street from where they got shot.
The spot was
So
right
I was
across the
born and
street.
raised in North Lawndale. So I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know, yes, it's a concern of mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
And you need to watch my
Grady,
podcast. I'm putting it in the chat.
Grady, before you leave, we met yesterday at the Firehouse on Chicago Avenue and Laramie, and we met with Sergeant Brown. And one thing that we have to do, this is what I recommended. Let's be one West Side, because when we talk about, well, you're on the boundary and a block over makes it East Garfield Park, we can't help you. And Ms. Beverly, when I was talking about breakthrough, I was talking about someone who actually works there, that lives in the community. And so this gentleman is not just a fly-by-night, just trying to come and get publicity. He's gonna always be, you wouldn't even know who he is.
Hey,
But
let me
if
tell you
it's
something. I bet you they know my name. Cause
it's not about, I'm just trying to share with you that there are others out here that are concerned. Maybe you haven't met them yet, but these are people that we're working with every day. And so and I know that the night that Martin came over, he came over to see how, because they are trauma facilitators. And so you might not have been there.
What they came and do? What they came? They ain't do no trauma with the people.
Hold on. No, you can't say that is something negative about what they're doing. I want you to meet them. Then that way you can talk to him.
They don't got to meet me. Meet the victims.
Well, let's drop it. Let's drop it because let's drop it.
Yeah, I meet the victim. It's 14 people.
Let's drop it.
They ain't reached out to
All
none
right,
of them.
ladies.
You can't say that they haven't.
I
But
hear you.
let's move on. Let's move on.
But I hear
Wanda,
you.
Yes,
Wanda,
sir. Yes.
before you go, I don't know if y'all have a time limit. I just want to thank Lavette Haynes for the information you brought out about Tiffany Cross. Because I've been wondering where has she been? You know, and you're the first person.
Oh yeah.
That I got some information about.
I was very angry about it. Roland Martin and about 50 people signed a petition about her. And so when I saw her, she came on the Daily Show on a podcast, and she expressed, that's why I found out about her, saying Ari Melber can do rap because that's what he does on all of his shows. He has some of the rappers on there, but she was saying, and this is another, like if you look at commercials on TV, any commercial that's got rap music or it's all white people dancing to it. We can't even get jobs now where we're the ones doing the rap. It's like it's such a comedy now, and we can't even get the jobs. So we've got to have that locally, being able to express our voices and say what the heck we want to say and not be censored because we use the word Black.
I don't know a lot of Black Republicans.
Uh-oh, I hear something. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7 o'clock. We're going to end this conversation, but let's do follow-up. So when do we want to get back together and do this again? Because we have to come up with an action plan. If we're going to bring about some change, we need to do.
Let's do next Thursday, Wanda. Let's do next Thursday. So then we can talk about the date that we would meet in January.
Is that okay with everybody?
It's okay with me.
Thursday, that's next Thursday. Okay.
Yes, next Thursday.
Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. Yes, sir.
You will host the Zoom and email out the invitation.
Yes, I'll send out another invitation. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Nice meeting you guys.
Thank you so much. God bless
nice
everybody.
Meeting you.
And
come back.
Do we have? Is there a call for exchange of numbers, or just come back?
Yeah. Why don't everybody put your name, number, and email in the what do they call it? Chat.
I put my podcast.
When I do this show, when I put the show out here, that information will be there for others to see, so they'll know how to contact you.
Miss Haynes, if you got anyone I can contact Tiffany, put that on the chat too.
Put it on the chat, folks. Put your contact information.
You know what I'll do, I'll work with Wanda on this email list here, and we'll send that information out.
Okay.
But I'm the cultural journalist for CC News, so I'll make sure we work together to get a list, and then any information that I can share, I will.
Okay.